What's up, ladies and gentlemen? It's Lucas from Content Fridays. Welcome to Content Fridays, episode number 30. And tomorrow is my son's 5th birthday. So happy birthday to him. And that's the reason why I will keep this today's episode short. But nevertheless, this week was very productive from my perspective, and we made a huge progress in the context editor. So let me just jump into it and show you without further ado. And this is basically the context editor. You can basically see at the first glance many new things, stuff like zoom in and out and other improvements. By the way, also the history is now working, undo, redo, and stuff like that. But the most important news are basically that every file that you upload to Content Fridays will go to this uploads section right here. That means you will be able to use, context editor as a merger, not just as a context editor to multiply your, bite-sized piece of content into many different formats and for many different platforms and into different contexts as it is possible in the 1.0 version. But you can also basically use it as a merger. That's the idea behind the many new improvements we are working on in the new version of context editor. That means every file that you upload, every potato, every file will go basically into the library of your files, and this will happen automatically. So that means when you upload, and let me refresh because this font file should not be there. I think there was an update for that, so maybe I had it. Okay, I had it open before. And the important stuff is when you upload potato, fry, everything will appear here. Once the fry or potato is processed, as soon as Content Fridays is able to detect all the metadata of the video, its width, height, how many frames per second the video has, what is the bit rate of the video, every stuff like that will get recognized automatically behind the scenes, and then the video will also appear in the library section. And this is just a part of the library. Second part is that you can upload, font files, images, logos, GIF files, basically anything that you would like to use in your videos. So it will appear in this section, in this uploads tab right here. So you can use it anytime you want. And as you can see, you will be able to filter files by videos, audios, fonts, images, and other stuff like that. That means, and this is also, I think this is really great. Just look at it. This is basically a thumbnail, but as I'm scrolling through it, it is showing me basically the content of the video. I think that's pretty cool. So you can see what the video is about. Basically, immediately you can also choose it and play the video before you add it to scene. So I have it here, I can see what's there. There will also be more information here. That means stuff like, width and height and resolution, and maybe other metadata as well. So you can see it in this settings panel or what this is. Then you can add it to scene, obviously, or you can use this shortcut, this plus button, so you don't have to open it like this, but you can add it to the video like this. And now I have it in the video. Don't worry about this. This is work in progress. I know this is ugly, but this will not look like this. This is just a temporary placeholder, so don't worry about it. This will be perfectly fine in the final version. As soon as I choose the video, as you can see now, I have this kind of transformer, and this is much better, or it's still work in progress, but it is much better than in the current version. I can basically, resize it, and it will also log the aspect ratio for me. But as you can see, it goes beyond the scene. it doesn't work like this in the current version of Contentfrise. Everything that's out of video, and no matter you are resizing it or whatever, it's not as this. You clearly see that video is here, but the width and height is here like this. I can press escape to cancel the updates and choose it again. And one of the stuff I'm really excited about is when you press and hold Option key, it will turn into this green color, and you will be able to do this like this basically, and this will crop the video. So for example, when you are you have some Zoom interview and you are on the left side and the second speaker is on the right side, you will be able to crop the video to remove the person that's not currently speaking with this cropping option. It is not implemented right now, it's a work in progress, but this is how it will work. You will be able to crop it as you need, basically, without doing it in an external video editor and then uploading it to Contentfrise. That's really great. And you will be able to also split the video in the timeline into multiple parts. So for example, you are speaking 30 seconds, you crop the second speaker, you place the video as you need. So for example, like this. Then the second speaker is speaking, so you split the video in the timeline, and you do the opposite. That means you crop it like this, and you move it here, and basically all the fundamental and all necessary basic video editing features are something that we are implementing into 2.0 version. Now I can also add, for example, maybe this video into it. And this is 1 hour long, so I will pick something shorter, just to show you that basically video in video is basically working. And none of these was in the last episode of Content Fridays. So all I'm showing you right now, it's a progress, 1 week progress. That means all this resizing, all this moving and all this stuff, and basically this zoom in and out option. This is something that's not possible or that's not available in the Contentfrise 1.0. And the reason is we are doing it like this because these things are the most challenging to implement, and everything else I think will be super easy to implement. In that stuff like adding graphical elements like circles, rectangles, and stuff like that is very simple to do. Stuff like static text is also simple to do. It's more complicated when text is rich text element. That means you want to have some word that's highlighted or bold or italic or whatever. That's more challenging to implement. And super challenging is basically something that supports rich text elements. That means any combination of elements, maybe one word is bigger or bold or italic or whatever, and then you animate that piece of text. That's super challenging, and that's also something we have right here. And these are a couple of basic video or text animations, and we were working really long on this, and I think we now have a great foundation to create new text animations like this in minutes, because now it's basically just some, all we have to do is copy some of these presets, change some attributes, and we have new animation, and that's very powerful. And for example, I like this animation, so I click it and I can see it in this window how it looks like, and then I can add it to the scene. Or maybe I like this one, so this is the second animation, and third and fourth. And as you can see, they are quite similar, but we will also add animations that animate different words or different characters or everything of that is possible with this animation engine, and it's super easy to add new animations into it. And I think this will be a huge game changer because all of these animations are basically something we can use with subtitles for subtitle animations and all of that. So this is coming out in few weeks, basically in the first, in some beta version. And also I was mentioning the history, so undo redo. When I click undo, as you can see, it's changing as I was moving it. So maybe as you can see now, it is not there, or I can redo basically as you are used to in video editors or other software like that. It will be here. Okay, so undo redo, that's something also that's not available in ContentFrise 1.0, and these features are really challenging. So that's why we started developing ContentFrise context editor, new version of context editor with these features. And I think these are the most challenging, and we are basically done with this, and we are now just putting everything together like Lego pieces. That means I can filter my content here. I can sort it by the newest or by the last that I used, or this is also feature that's in progress. But I will, when I click this button, what this will do is it will show me all my folders and all, basically like you are viewing the content on your computer. So folder structure, you open that folder and you will see all the videos and audio files and everything in that particular folder. And you basically go into any folder you like, or you find something, or you filter by video and other. And one thing we are also considering is when you export video, regardless if that happens in 1.0 or 2.0 or in the future version of context editor, we are also considering adding these exported files into these uploads. But we have to think about it because that might make that structure really messy. That means maybe we can only add here the last export of Facebook or other context into this folder, into this section. And maybe you have, let's just assume this video here is in folder called Content Fridays. I open Content Fridays folder and I will see that this video is in that folder. And then I will have a folder with the same name as the video, and I can open it and see the Facebook version and all the exported versions of that video. Maybe this is the way we will use to approach this. So you will be really able to use any file, everything that you import, export, use, or whatever you do, to have it in one place, to have it in a clear way available to you, so you can use it in your projects, in the context editor, and in the future also in the quotes editor or whatever, to make some short animated quotes. And I think the future will be really wonderful. So this is the progress. This is the new context editor, and the next week I am really looking forward to show you some video with actual subtitles, and having those subtitles animated with ContentFrise, this new version of context editor. And I think it's possible to finally show you that. So it will better click and you can better understand the direction we are heading, and to have it, like this, visible to you, and then we can continue and finish this as soon as we can. So you will be able to play with it as you want and use it for your content. So that's all for today's episode of Content Fridays. I think we made really great progress last week with all the stuff that's here, and also a couple of things. Let me just pick one new idea that we are also currently work on. Right now, as you can see, this is basically text folder, but it will be like this. So you will pick, static text or animated texts, and these are only the animated, a few of these. Our goal is to add dozens of text animations like these to Contentfry, so you can pick and choose whichever you like, and possibly also some kind of animations builder. We will see, but the thing I wanted to mention is that to have, let me go here because I can explain here better. You have all the texts, just imagine you have some headline here and some as in Canva. Basically you pick text and you pick the text that with the stylings that you like the most. It has maybe some headline, maybe some other parts to it, and you add it to your graphics. It will works in a similar way in the new context editor, but you will be able to modify it and save it with the right click. You just click it and you save it as your custom text preset, or call it as you want, whatever. That's not that important. It will be probably custom preset or whatever. And next time you just pick it from the texts from your own library and add it to the scene. And in the 1.0 version you are able to create templates, but in this new version it will be much more in depth. You will be also able to create templates and branding sets or whatever, but you will be also able to create reusable components, if that makes sense. Okay, that means you really pick or upload your custom font, or pick a font that you like and you spend some time with it, and then you would like to use it in the next template, so you just pick it from your own library of texts. Okay, so you can so you will be also able to create your own text presets, also your own graphic presets, and basically stuff like that. Okay, so that's also something that's in progress. So that's all from me for today's episode of Content Fridays. Thank you very much, guys, for being awesome, and I will see you next week.